Yeah.
What's good, y'all? Welcome back. Whatever episode it is, always lose count. But we have a guest today.
This is episode 10.
10.
Yo,
But we have a
yo.
guest today.
10.
This is our boy Bam. He's been talked about
Back
quite
at
a
it.
few times on the pod. Welcome to the first episode. You'll probably be on a few more times than just this one time. So
Absolutely
welcome
not. I
for the
refuse.
first time. Oh, all right. Well, all right, we can end it here, Adam. We can.
Yeah, for the audio, that's not going to make any sense.
No.
It's going to be it's going to cut to silence, laughter, and then back to audio.
Sorry, audio.
So for
listeners.
the audio listener, I'll just straight drops out the call. Oh, why did you have that so ready?
I did. I just thought of. I just saw the disconnect button. I was like, fuck it.
It's my cat, Penny. Do you want to say hi?
Penny's gonna be a huge guest. It's okay.
Absolutely.
Iroh's already a reoccurring guest.
Yeah, he's knocked. He hasn't moved since Alexa left, honestly, for work. So that's whatever. So first thing we usually ask is what anybody listening to or watching anything specific or fun that they want to bring up. I know for me, I'm not really listening to anything in particular because I have the fucking we don't talk about Bruno songs stuck in my fucking head from Encanto all the time.
Yo,
Whoa.
that's
So
on
iconic.
We Don't Talk About Bruno is the number 4 song on the US top
It's
like
just
100
so
for Apple
fucking-
Music.
Yes, and that does not surprise me. It's so fucking catchy. It's one of the most catchy songs that I've ever heard, honestly. But I'm not watching anything. What about you guys? I know Bam dropped a review on Vox Machina, the Critical Role show.
Yeah, I did. So actually, I'm watching and listening to a few things right now. So listening wise, I wanted to bring up because I actually wanted to ask you this question. I'm going to put you guys on the spot real quick, low key. But I was doing this. I was watching this like Chris Rock show movie, like Top 5, where I don't know something about him going to like reacquaint himself with his comedian past. But in it, the whole Top 5 thing is like
Sick.
your top 5 favorite artists. And so instead, I was thinking like top 5 favorite albums because like right now for me, it's probably Good AM, not in any particular order. Particular order. Good AM, Good Kid, Mad City, Control, SZA, Wild Irish Roses, and
Such a good
Channel Orange.
So I don't know if Adam has them off ready. I might have these all on vinyl almost. But
Oh
in no particular
my.
order. Reasonable Doubt by Jay-Z, Discovery, Daft Punk. God, I want to throw in Sevilla Demo by Isaiah Rashad because that's a very personal album to me. I'm gonna throw in College Dropout by Kanye West. And Mad Villainy by Mad Villain with MF Doom and
Rest in peace.
Rest in peace, Doom. Adam?
Now we're talking about top 5 all time, or we're talking about just like right now, like top 5 albums or like bumping to, or like what you talking about, man?
I mean, those albums are always in my rotation, gonna be honest.
That's fair. For him, that's probably a little bit of both. It could be a little bit of both for you. That's right now, like top 5 I'm bumping to, because like all time definitely would have to put something of Zay in there, probably like Sun's Triad or something like that. But like, you know.
I just those 5 I usually have 1 or 2 songs in almost every playlist of mine.
Exactly. Same for the 5 that I mentioned. So that's why I brought that up.
Top 5. I don't know. I gotta say, 2014 Forest Hills Drive by J. Cole.
Yes.
Classic.
Yes.
I'm actually like looking on my phone and looking at like albums I got, because high key when I download songs or when I'm listening to songs, I don't really like pay attention to the albums because I don't really like listen to albums like front to back, really.
That's
You know what I
fair,
mean?
I feel that.
So this is probably gonna be a tough one for me. The Life of Pablo, Kanye West.
Oh, okay. You've hit two fantastic ones already.
We're gonna go.
Nice. That's enough, baby.
We're gonna go Penny's album at number 3.
All right, can I change my list?
Yeah. Oof. I gotta say, I'm gonna put Love Is Rage 2 up there. This is a fire album.
Okay. A little bit more new school.
Ooh. Is that 3 or 4?
That was 4.
4.
Yeah. Championships by Meek Mill.
Nice.
Championships by Meek Mill is literally on my rotation 24/7. There's literally like one. I gotta say, honestly, on the daily, I listen to probably 3 to 4 songs from that album every single day. I don't know why. Right. It's just like it's literally always there. The fucking beats are always just stuck in my head.
She's just gonna do what she wants.
That's fine.
Yeah,
that's so
and
aggressive.
The albums that I'm bumping to right now, there's a few Otis Redding albums. Oh, they slipped the name of the name of me every time. So, but yeah, it's a few Otis Redding albums, and let me think. Who else? Some Stevie Wonder albums. That's who it was. That's who slipped my mind.
Oh, okay. Word.
It's like this one like me and Alexa just driving, or I just want like some chill vibes. Just what I put
those
on.
Definitely those vibes. Those are definitely those vibes.
Yeah, I'm hard. I be listening to Post Malone all the time if I want some chill kind of vibe. But honestly, it's a pick and choose Post Malone, because sometimes if you get some like real deep, like sad boy Post Malone, you're like sitting in the car, you're like, why am I sad right now? You're not really trying to be that sad. You're just kind of trying to be a little mellow. You know what I mean?
Wrong.
Like, who am I missing? Oh my god!
I feel that.
Yo,
how'd you like?
Sorry, I gotta ask a question. Have you seen the new Spider-Man movie?
So you want to hear something hilarious?
He has. I told you, I don't think he has.
I have not.
That's wild. That's wild, bro.
I know. I made this crazy vow.
All right, that's cool. I'll take this off the PowerPoint
stream. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
Oh, okay.
And I've honestly avoided most spoilers, so I'm just going to be that guy to make the pod suck. I'm just kidding.
No, it's cool. No. It's cool. I was in your spot, up until 3 days ago. So it's cool. I just wanted to make sure before we continue any further on the media talk, you know what I mean?
Important, yeah.
Definitely don't want to drop any spoilers, or
I know. Okay, here. Let me be honest. I know most of what happened. Like, it's been out for so long, I can't really avoid that. But I don't know like the details. I just know kind of like the bigger parts. Items.
Yeah. It's okay. I still haven't seen the Black Widow movie. I haven't seen.
I'm on Disney Plus.
Yeah, I literally
That's
just
what
watched.
I'm waiting for.
I just watched Shang-Chi.
Oh my gosh, Shang-Chi was such a good movie.
There was another. Oh, Hawkeye. I didn't watch.
Oh, which one? Show?
Yeah, Hawkeye the show. I haven't watched.
That is such a good show. Oh my gosh,
really
talk about reveals.
Oh yeah, Eternals. Yeah, wonderful. I haven't seen Eternals either. Eternals I want to watch, but I'm gonna watch out because Hannah's not a huge Marvel fan, so I was just like, fuck it. One of these days I'm just gonna throw it up and just watch out.
To be honest, out of all of those, Eternals, which is still good, was the one that I was least excited for, or that I enjoyed the least. Not that I didn't enjoy it, but out of all of those other ones, I enjoyed that the least. And
his internet job. To bring back up Eternals, 1, it is long. 2, it was a huge setup movie. Like, it was so much setup. It had so many main characters in it and stuff like that. I feel like if we ever do get an Eternals 2 or a continuation of their stories, those preceding movies are going to be a lot better. It's kind of like the John Wick experience. John Wick 2 is better than John Wick 1.
That's true, actually. I would agree. John Wick 2, I think, is better than John Wick.
And Antebellum is better than both. Oh my gosh! Wow. That brings up something very interesting to me. Okay, one, I have a comment on the Eternals thing. Without spoilers, Alan, the big Frozen thing at the end, and like how we just have no recognition of that or recollection of that going forward in any of the other like shows or films thus far, is kind of just like, that's huge. like especially what that thing is and represents within the comics. You see what I'm saying?
Yes, 100%. But I think technically it's the most up to date.
Really? Okay. Real
Yeah.
in the timeline?
Yeah.
Okay, interesting. Technically, we can check that on Disney Plus by like going to
Yeah.
look at Disney Plus timeline and seeing which movie comes first.
It's that or Hawkeye. I'm pretty sure it's one of the others.
And even if it's Hawkeye, like that would be a conversation topic,
Also,
like everywhere.
Yeah, very true. We don't. What season was fucking Eternals even in? Because where that shit took place at, like you couldn't fucking
Yeah.
tell.
Yeah,
So who
that's a good
knows?
point. Also,
I don't know what you're talking
Okay,
about.
let's move on. The other thing that I wanted to bring up.
Screaming eternally over here.
Oh, nice.
I literally, because the thing is that I don't like really. I don't know what the fuck y'all are talking.
I mean,
Yeah, we were avoiding.
This ain't my head
you-
and shit.
You're not a true fan.
I'm not a
Okay.
Marvel fan. I'm a DC fan anyway, so it's.
Oh,
fine.
actually, I was gonna make a comment, but Ben,
Oh,
go
I
ahead.
was going to talk about DC.
Yeah.
Okay, so here, let me talk about the DC thing first. Then the Matt Reeves Batman film.
Yeah.
The new one.
The new one,
Yeah,
yeah,
that's coming
with
out
Robert
soon.
Pattinson.
Exactly. Speaking of Robert Pattinson, Matt Reeves like came out and like commented on how ridiculous he feels like it is that Robert Pattinson is getting so much backlash about being like the new Batman, because he says that no other Batman before has like gotten backlash after announcing that they were going to play the role as Batman. Which like
Affleck?
I'm like, didn't
Yeah, I was like,
people,
Ben Affleck.
Ben
Yeah.
Affleck was like, yo,
Yeah.
who is this guy?
Actually, like having Robert Pattinson as playing Batman, it's definitely interesting for sure. I'm not saying like it doesn't work, because watching the trailers and stuff like in the movies and watching the trailers like online and stuff like that, it seems all right, but they don't show a whole lot of him talking as Bruce Wayne. It's
But
a
you
lot
don't
of
need that.
Yeah, it's
Bruce
a
Wayne's
lot
not
of
wrong.
actually in the trailers. It's a lot of action in the trailers, which I kind of fuck with. You know what I mean? Because it looks good. It doesn't actually
looks
it
great.
doesn't look like cheesy or anything. Like
He beats the brakes off that one dude, and everyone's like, "Yo!"
And I like how they.
Oh yeah,
I
that was
like
the first. That was the first show that dropped.
Yeah,
and I like
that
how they
shit's
make
insane.
Riddler like hard. Like Riddler's about to like kill motherfuckers. You know what I mean? Like
Yep.
Riddler's always kind of been like off the chain in like the comics and like the cartoon movies and like the animated movies and stuff like that. But they never like show him like as like a rated R villain. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Speaking of Riddlers, though, so my question to you is, what do you think the actual premise of the movie is going to be? So the synopsis reads: the Riddler plays a dangerous game of cat and mouse with Batman and Commissioner Gordon in Gotham City. Which, like, to me, knowing some of but not all the Batman stories, like, I'm wondering if this might be like a Long Halloween type play, with instead of like Falcone, it's like the Riddler, because like the Riddler was a part of that like. What do you call gallery of villains?
Mm-hmm.
But he wasn't like the main one. Obviously, it was like Falcone's son, like whatever the dude, Alberto Falcone, I think, or whatever.
Yeah, I don't remember.
Would it be like? Could they be like completely throwing everyone off with like having the Riddler be like the main villain in the trailers and the main villain in the synopsis, and it still be a Falcone thing? Could they be doing the Long Halloween thing,
It
or
could be
what?
a setup. They might
Yeah.
be
What other
trying to-
Riddler stories are there?
I don't know, but isn't Catwoman involved in most Riddler stories? So I don't even know if Catwoman is in the film or not.
She is.
She is in the film,
Okay.
and she is in the Long Halloween as well, though.
Yeah, it's Zoe Kravitz, right?
Which is going to be so
it is.
badass.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
it is.
But I gotta say,
I don't know much about DC storylines, so
the costume, the Catwoman costume, like the face,
The red.
What's it called? The
Goggles?
No. When like the little face mask jaunt that they put over, like the Catwoman one is fucking terrible because it's like a fucking ski mask and it's like they cut the holes and then it like just comes up to here and then it like goes around. It looks so fucking stupid. Like when you
Damn, I'm gonna have to look it up.
Yeah, you gotta look it up because it looks really stupid. But I think it could be a whole setup thing. I mean, they're trying to like reintroduce, I guess, a newer Batman. Yeah, you see what I'm saying, right? Yeah, it's really dumb.
Ski mask.
It's like a little ski mask. It's super thin. It looks so stupid.
Like what? What are the little pointy things? Like how?
Dude, I literally don't know.
That's crazy. Okay.
But yeah, everything in like DC storylines, especially with Batman, there's always like a deeper villain behind the scenes. Like even the whole like main storyline of Batman, of like his parents dying and stuff like that. Even that, there's like a villain behind the scenes. It's like the White Owls and all that other shit. And like they hired a hitman who was hired by a hitman who was hired by like a crime organization who's hired by another crime organization. You know what I mean? Like that's kind of like Batman's whole thing, is that like
That
that's
is
how
his
they
whole MO.
and that's how they make him the world's greatest detective, is because he like unravels all of these like inner crime syndicates that like go bigger than
Mysteries.
that go bigger than like just Gotham as well. They're like just playing pieces in Gotham while also being bigger presences. Like, and that's how that's how they tie it into the DC and stuff like that, the DCU or
You know
whatever.
what that
But
reminds me of? Have you guys seen the Injustice film on HBO?
I actually just watched it yesterday.
4-hour one.
No,
No.
not the Justice League one. There's an animated Injustice movie. It's an hour and 15 minutes, and it released like December or November of 2021. So like a few months ago, like 2 or 3
Yeah,
months
last month
ago.
I think.
Yeah, and I watched it yesterday. It was all right.
But to your point though, like Batman was Batman not the one to like really get down to the bottom of it at the end of the day? Are you gonna watch it, Alan? Maybe.
Yeah, Alan's not a huge DC fan.
Oh, okay. So essentially, to give like people a quick synopsis of what happens, the Injustice
Or just some
film is
context.
if you've ever played the Injustice games, it's kind of like the same story of that where Superman turns evil.
Same
Because
storyline.
yeah, so, pretty much. Joker kills Lois Lane. Superman becomes evil and starts like policing the world. And ends up becoming like, I don't know, like a Big Brother type 1984 George Orwell type character.
Yeah, that's good enough.
Yeah. Anyway, so
there's definitely more layers to it, but yeah, that's good enough.
Yeah, literally. Batman, obviously, like as soon this is like the crazy thing. World's Greatest Detective, like always like thinking 15 steps ahead. And not when Superman killed the first person, not when Superman like stopped the first war using force. No, as soon as Lois Lane died, as soon as the Joker killed Lois Lane successfully, Batman already knew what was going to happen and already started making plans to stop him.
Yeah.
Like it was like he was over here shaking the man's hand in his face, like best friends, being like still trying to help him, mind you, at the same time being like, hey, don't do this, like I can't support you in this, like you're not making the right decision, while at the same time being like, all right, we need this kryptonite, we need to go get his dad, we need to go over here to the Fortress of Solitude to do this thing. Like, yo, like Batman
the
is
400
the
IQ plays. And it's like it's all right, but the thing is that I don't know the whole Injustice storyline, so I don't know if they like wrapped it up the way that like the comics wrap up the Injustice storyline. But I know Alan doesn't care, so essentially, like at the end, they use what's his name, Titan. They use Titan, who's like in the Arrow universe. They use Titan and
no, it's Mr. Terrific.
Mr. Terrific, that's who it is. Yeah, Mr. Terrific. They use Mr. Terrific from the Green Arrow universe, and they like basically open portals to like other realities. Other like the multiverse and stuff like that. So they grab like people who basically they think can like stop their current day Superman, because he's like freaking out and like is trying to put everyone under like a regime and stuff like that. And so they pull another Superman from a different Earth, and then they have that Superman beat the other Superman's ass, and then and then the current Superman, who's like pissed, he starts evening it out because he starts like not holding back, so he starts hitting way harder, and which is a thing. Yeah, which is a thing as well. Like I feel like that's like we were talking about Spider-Man earlier. That's a plot line that's a good plot line that I feel like a lot of good movies like unravel, is like the fact that a lot of superheroes just hold back so they don't hurt people.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, so then they're like, oh wait, that Superman doesn't give a fuck about lives. He's just gonna fucking murk that Superman because the Superman we got actually cares about people. So they're like, all right, we're gonna try something else
and shit and like fucking them up.
So they're like, we're gonna try something else, and they go in, they grab a Lois who like lost her Superman, and they're like, hey Lois, talk to Superman.
Yeah,
and then they talk. She talks to Superman. He's like, I'm sorry, and that's it. That's how it ends. It's like sick, dude. Fucking sick.
Yeah, that was an interesting ending. The one thing
it's a terrible ending.
Yeah, it was a terrible ending. I'm gonna be honest. The one thing I want to bring up though, Mr. Terrific is like one of the smartest characters in DC, and also a black character, which there aren't that many black comic book characters that are. He's a very old DC comic book character as well. That was created originally as like one of the smartest characters within like that universe, which is like very rare. So like I always want to give Mr. Terrific his tease whenever I can.
Shout out Mr. Terrific.
Low key.
Switching media departments, Alan, where did you see this, that Apple had over 1.8 billion devices online? What does that mean exactly? Online, like it's just sold, like
it's just active under the name essentially. I found it on Reddit. I just wanted to talk. That's just basically, I just wanted to bring up that was an insane number.
Does that
is insane?
Does that count watches and headphones, do you think?
Probably.
Damn, you know what? Sure. I feel like even though that's an insane number, I feel like that's not like a unreasonable number for Apple to hit. Because like I counted when I was reading this, I was like counting, I was like, damn, I have 10 Apple products here in my house.
Sure. 10. Oh,
10.
Yeah. 10 between the two of us, between me and Hannah, yeah. Because my phone, I have two phones actually. And this one is my backup. And then I have 2 pairs of headphones. And then Hannah has a pair of headphones. Then her phone. Then my iPad, my work phone, and then both of our watches.
You have an iPhone for a work phone?
Yeah.
Man, I don't got a work phone. I'm just saying.
Find the article again.
Step your game up, bro. Step your game up.
That is kind of wild.
Yeah, I've been dude, it's the construction industry. I've been lucking out. Like the old company I work for, they paid me they paid me to use my phone basically for like reports and stuff like that. So I get an extra $60 at the start of every month.
Dang, man.
Yeah. Now I just get a whole new phone.
In the cold, in the
True, yeah.
and labor all
day. $60 though.
Hey, no,
yeah, everything got its upside. You know what I'm saying?
Real quick,
they just like said fuck it, and they just gave me a phone. They're like, hey, just use our phone, and I was just like, all right, dog.
Damn, bro,
it died.
I thought I uploaded it, but
Why,
I guess I didn't.
It's all good.
Oh, yeah. While he's looking that up, though, I just wanted to, because Alan brought this up earlier, and I kind of like never got to hit it again. The show, because we are switching medias, but I just want to bring this up real quick because everyone needs to know the show, The Legends of Vox Machina, on Amazon Prime. Everyone, especially everyone on this call right now, and I'm looking at you, Alan, because I know Alan's gonna watch.
I knew you were just talking about me.
But like, you guys need to watch that show. Like, what I'm telling you is like watching Dungeons and Dragons come to life. Like, I'm not joking at all. Like, I did write this article about it, like Alan said, and like the words that I use that I feel like best describe it are like, it's raunchy, rowdy, and hilarious. It's raunchy, rowdy, hilarious, and heartwarming. It's like all those things one, because like it's mired with dick jokes and like crazy, like it's TVMA, so there's like actual sex scenes, which I'll be honest, I did not wake up and expect to see a tiefling's tits this morning, but you know, things happen. But also at the same time, it's like very, very compelling because it really is like watching a D&D group, because you expect your D&D group to be a bunch of like murder hobos that just go around killing everything they can until the DM puts like something in their path that makes them realize that they actually have a heart. And then they start like doing the right thing, and it is literally
reconsidering decisions.
Exactly, it's literally all of that. Like you can see in the episode. Like I'm gonna do this one scene, and I'm not gonna give any more spoilers. But there's this one scene where two of the characters are trying to look out for someone, and it's of course the group sends like the two characters who one is the one who's like low intelligence, and the other one is the one who's like the group wild card because like every group has a wild card, and they're supposed to be like looking
That's
out
me.
for like the big bad evil guy, and instead the group wildcard is like, we're sitting here looking from the town square where everybody comes around at some point, but my time would probably be better spent in a brothel. I kind of want to go to brothel. I want to go to a brothel. And as soon as he gets up ready to go to the brothel, of course, the guy they're looking for walks into the square. Because, like, think about it. You're the DM, and you're over here, like, waiting for them to, like, do this roll or, like, figure out what they're going to do in this town square after, like, making this pretty good plan to go, like, find the guy and trail him to get more information. But instead, they're like, do they have brothels here? So you just have to figure out, okay, how am I going to like get this back on track in some way, shape, or form? And it's like,
Oh yeah,
okay, he just walks in.
dude, I love the chaos of D&D.
Yeah, it's very prevalent in this show.
The chaos of D&D is honestly what makes D&D so much fun. And everybody's reaction to the chaos, dude, that shit is fucking hilarious.
Absolutely.
Um,
Can we talk about the Moss thing? The book that was banned in Tennessee.
Fuck.
Yeah, we could talk about that if you want. What's up, Alan?
No, I accidentally hit the wrong button. I was pulling up the article.
The Moss article? Oh, okay. Yeah, we could talk about that.
Reread it.
Yeah, it's just like because like when you're reading it, Alan, what is the title of the article you're reading say?
That the author Spiegelman, I don't know how to pronounce that.
Yeah, I think it's like
compares
Art
the
Spiegel or
board
something.
to Putin.
Spiegelman.
Who fucking knows? But I don't know how extreme of a comment that is to make about the school board because banning education is becoming a real like issue that might actually happen, like especially in like the southern states. Like some states are banning certain like books so they don't talk about things like some like they don't talk about slavery or anything like that, and so it's just kind of like treading down a bad path in a way. And this book was about, so it's called Moss or Mouse in German, and or mice. And basically, all this is set in World War II during the Holocaust, and all I guess trigger warning, essentially just in case.
Facts.
Just in case.
Yeah, there's something that I'm gonna bring up that is gonna be kind of triggering. So trigger warning for sure.
Yeah, just in case. I don't want anyone to get hurt or any triggered or anything. Whatever. So yeah, they're the mouse are depicted for the Jewish people, and it's all cats for the Nazis and everything, the Germans, and
kind of like Animal Farm.
Yeah, essentially, it's the author's parents and grandparents going through the camps and just the life they lived and how shitty it was and everything and how truly bad the Holocaust is. And schools are banning it, and the author was just like, this is unfair, it's not right, because that's how I had to learn about the Holocaust, and that's what that truly is. There's no other way to teach it besides what it truly is and was. It's a horrible thing that happened. Like, he even saw a statistic 2 days ago on Reddit that there's still now in the world less Jewish people than there ever was before the Holocaust. There's still almost a billion less.
Yeah, I mean, he almost wiped out the entire
population. Yeah, almost there's a billion less. It was 6 billion before, and then it's like down to 3 or 4.5 now. Even after that many years after, that's how bad that thing was. So yeah, it was just interesting and crazy that I guess it is like an extreme book in a way. I feel like that's what some things, some bring up.
But I mean,
graphic, but that's what it is. So I could see in some ways of a school banning it, but like it's a history book and it should be shown at the end of the day, at least in my opinion.
Yeah, and there are like, this isn't the first book that's been like suffered under like controversy like this, like banning books. Like, did you guys have to read The Catcher in the Rye?
they're looking to ban Catcher in the Rye and
that's a big book. Those are two huge. Those are two books that are always under fire.
In a lot of places.
Where? What?
Scarlet Letter.
Yep.
Scarlet Letter. I've never heard of that book.
It's about adultery, essentially.
Yeah, The Catcher in the Rye and To Kill a Mockingbird, like neither of those surprised me at all. I know those are always hot button. And the funny thing about all this is that as soon as this book was banned in this county in Tennessee, the sales for the book actually went up on Amazon. So it's an Amazon bestseller now.
Yeah.
Which is fucking hilarious. And also this book is banned in one county in Tennessee now.
Yeah.
Like that's what this is. That's what all of this like controversy is coming up.
Which is kind of crazy to think about.
It just runs with the whole wave of censoring of like media censorship and all that other kind of stuff, like because I mean they're trying to use these books in schools. I mean 8th grade, that's like I was reading To Kill a Mockingbird when I was in 7th grade. That was the first time I read it. I read the book 4 times personally, and it's a good book in my opinion. But when I was reading it in school the first time, and I went to a private school, so when you go to private schools, it's kind of like whatever they say goes. So like you could have a book like Catcher in the Rye, and that's like in the county, that's like, hey, that's a no-go. But if you go to a private school, they're like, hey, yeah, you can read it. It's okay. And if they can get it, then if they're not outlawing the book or anything like that.
So speaking of like, I did some research to like figure out why they outlawed the book. Because like to think about it, one, the thing you mentioned, all of this.
Well, no, they're not outlawing the book. They're just banning it from the curriculum.
Yeah, from the curriculum, not outlawing. Sorry, poor choice of words. But why they're banning the book? So there's like it was a 30-minute like committee meeting, and like there's the audio for the meeting is like released online, and so they cited
30 minutes to decide a ban. That's a bullshit.
Thank you.
Dude, like I feel like a discussion of a ban for a curriculum for children, that should definitely take longer than 30 minutes.
Multiple days at least. Like give people time to like sleep on it, think on it. You see what I'm saying? So now, mind you, these are what they cited: naughty language and nudity, right? Which like how are you gonna tell a story about the Holocaust where like Jews were stripped of not only their clothes but like their dignity, their possessions, literally everything, without like using naughty language or nudity,
and especially in a graphic novel. It's a graphic novel, something that has pictures.
Now, mind you, I also watched a video, the author, Art Spiegelman. He said the only scene with nudity in the book is one small scene where the author's mother, because as Alan mentioned, it's a story of his parents, and this is like trigger warning, she's like in the bathtub after she committed suicide by slashing her wrist, and there's like a scene where essentially you're looking at the scene from above her, so it's describing the body in the bathtub from above, and so obviously like it describes her naked body and the blood and like pulling through the water and all that stuff, and so that scene is why the entire book is just gone.
Oh my god,
that one little scene, which is insane.
Yeah.
This small ass little county in fucking Tennessee is fucking ignorant and probably racist as hell.
Was it Fahrenheit 451?
I can't remember.
Where they burn the books?
Yeah.
Fahrenheit 451 is where they go and they literally like hunt for books.
Yeah,
and they arrest you if you own books. Yeah, and people and people forget to learn how to read. Yeah.
Or they like just only converge in like one or like 3 kinds of media that are shown on the TV that is controlled by the government. And that book's crazy.
Shit is wild. Another book that's kind of like that, 1984. I don't know. Did y'all ever have to read that?
I just mentioned 1984 earlier.
Yeah.
I was like,
1984. I've read twice, and good book, really good book. But that's also another like hot button controversial book that people are like really on the fence about, because it's always like, we're in an Orwellian society right now.
Now
they're making us. I'm like, I'm not even gonna say it.
No, I mean, okay. Here's one thing that's like interesting when like they say that. Like, I'll take London for example. One of the big things in that book, 1984, is that you're under constant surveillance. Like,
Yeah.
even the posters have cameras in the eyes, so like
Mhm.
everyone's being watched at all times. Whereas the city of London has, and I'm gonna look it up real quick.
What did you grab, Alan?
I grabbed a book that'll talk about once Bam is done with his thing.
So, the city of London has 627,727 CCTVs spread throughout the entirety of that small ass city, mind you. Not
Yep.
like the city of
Terrifying.
London, not Great Britain, the city of London. Everyone in that
Everything's on
city,
camera.
as soon
Everything.
as they step out of their apartment, are instantly on camera, or their homes or whatever, instantly surveilled.
Jesus.
That is literally an
So
Orwellian society.
yep. So it's and people act in the one of the things I wanted to bring up with the Apple things is a lot of the things I saw on the internet with the whole vaccine is like I don't want to be tracked. I don't want to be traceable by the government. They're gonna put a chip in me bullshit. There's a billion people that have Apple products. You don't think Apple can press one button and find your phone? You don't think your bank information, your Facebook, your Twitter, your Snapchat, your Instagram, all that's connected. And just like in London, everything's on fucking camera. But this is a book called Brave New World. It's a
Another really
sci-fi
great book.
a
Aldous
sci-fi
Huxley.
book. Yes. And the reason why I read it or started to read it is because Alexa's dad, when I was out, we were out doing something, I think for their Thanksgiving, we were having dinner, or whatever. He was just talking about sci-fi books and everything, and then we walked to a bookshop, and he found it. It was only like $2, and I got it. But yeah, it talks about like the AI, robots taking over, and all this crazy shit. And he wrote that back in like the 90s or some shit like that, or like even a little bit before then. And so it's crazy to see
I
that
think
he
it's the
wrote
80s.
yeah, even before, yeah, I think it was. And then so it's crazy to see him be actually right about all this stuff. That's a fucking sci-fi fiction book that he made up, which is so it's insane that technology is going the way that it's going and shit like that.
Yeah, dude.
I
Every
100%
every
agree.
day I be talking about how crazy it is the fact that we have like drones now, right? This is totally off topic. Well, we're still like this is still in like the tech hack, but we're still off topic. Drones now, like you remember in like 2016, like nobody ever had drones like in 2016. Ooh, stop the fuck out of my mic. In 2016, like nobody ever saw or like owned drones except for like super fucking rich people. And now
Everybody
like
got drones now.
everybody and their mama got a drone.
Hell, I got someone who delivers certain things by drone, bro. Come on now. He says, drop off.
Easy,
boop,
bro.
and
It's
then
easy.
No
skirt, skirt,
way.
skirt.
It's
Yeah.
easy,
If
bro.
you
That's
know, you
crazy.
know.
If you know,
But yeah,
That's
it's
crazy.
wild.
I do
can
know
tell
that's
you
crazy.
more about it off pod. But
Yeah,
it's
that's
fucking
fine.
damn, you look like you were about to
hilarious.
hatch an idea here.
Yeah, no. So I just wanted to bring this up.
Trade blast.
Yeah, we
real
literally
quick.
we saw the light bulb go off.
But real quick, I just wanted to backtrack. Just so we have accurate information. The film came out in 1980. Alan. The book was written in 1930.
Oh,
So
it's
shit.
that gives
crazy. That's
even
even
more.
wild.
Dang.
I gives even more credence to what you were saying. That's
wild.
insane.
That is wild, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really short too. It's like maybe not even 300 pages, maybe 200.
184. Look
yeah.
at you.
184? Nice. That's a
yeah,
that's a decent size for a book.
I was gonna say,
You know,
Adam, if you ever want to get into reading,
if books were more like that size, honestly, I'd read.
I
can give it to you.
I'd learn how to read just so I can read stuff that size.
Yo, isn't Craig illiterate, or does Craig know how to read?
No, he's an Affork. He's definitely illiterate. He can't read at all. He was wearing high top Black Force Air Force One black.
Yo, you gotta buy some more
Air
when you
Force
go to Ole Miss.
Oh, true.
You have to buy more. You've been barefoot for the like since
No
that's like the 5th session. We're now in the 10th session.
Yeah, you got some crazy blisters on them feet, bro.
Yeah, I've been barefoot for
He
like
has to roll
literally
a
half the
Constitution
time.
save. He has to roll a Constitution save when we get.
Honestly, roll a Constitution save right now. Where your
Right
dice
now.
at, bro? Where your dice at?
My dice, they're right here. They're right here. Don't put me on the spot. They're right here.
All right, give me a DC 17.
No, don't tell me
save.
DC. Let's just see what he rolls. Let's just see what he rolls.
What do you roll? What do you roll?
Oh, hell yeah, brother. I rolled a flat 17. I don't know what my
You got gout.
Facts. Yeah, you
A
actually, hold on.
17 without my modifier gives me gout? Are you
Yeah,
serious?
hold on, I'm gonna roll d6 damage to see how much you take from having gout, because there's
You're
no cure. There's no cure
literally
yet. There's no cure yet.
I haven't heard of a cure
You're
to gout. Have
literally
You
you?
take
lying.
5. You take 5 damage.
Dog, I have a plus
Gout.
6 to Constitution. This is a 23. You're telling me with a 23?
Hey, look.
Bro, the DC was a 30. You've been walking around with your feet. Bare feet for 3 days, bro.
It's much
Oh,
longer than
damn.
that. It's been a lot longer than that. You guys have went from Craterton, way off topic. So sorry, podcast. But Craterton, the most southern city in Golvaria, to the most northern point to the eastern side, and now you guys are going back to the west and not choose, and that's probably about 3 weeks, 4 weeks of travel. My man just had
Straight
no
up trail
shoes.
of tears on your ass, bro.
Yes.
Damn. I remember once upon a time I heard a DC 17, something about that. I wonder where that went.
So real
Out
quick,
the
the
fucking window.
finance guy in me wants to bring up some stuff about the Apple thing. So y'all are talking about the
big numbers guy.
billions. No, we're about to hear some big numbers.
Big
So
numbers guy here.
fiscal Q1, Apple just released the earnings, which most companies do their fiscal year like July to September,
Yeah.
but they start. I mean, their first quarter, but Apple starts their first quarter in October, so their first quarter is October to December. Now, first quarter earnings, Apple reported $124 billion in those 3 months of revenue. $124 billion. Of that $124 billion, $72 billion came strictly from holiday sales. $72 billion from holiday sales. Mind you, so here, caveat, that's why they start their fiscal year in October, so they can always start the year off with huge earnings for their investors and be like, look at what Apple did. We broke records again. We broke records again. Yeah, you see what I'm saying?
Is that how they always like shoot their valuation up like every fucking year? Every fucking year, Apple is worth more and more and more every fucking year, no matter what year it is.
And they release new products every year too. So
yeah, they're just putting their best foot forward. You're starting the year off with your heaviest period. That's fine. Like Vans should do that, but Vans just follows
our heaviest period might not even necessarily Christmas, at least for our store, is back to school. So it's the summer for us.
Okay.
We actually, speaking of numbers, our goal is to hit 5 million, and we missed it by like 100,000 or like 200,000 or something like that, just barely.
Dang, that's still not bad though. Wow.
Yeah, but if we hit 5 mil, our store gets certain benefits and different perks and stuff like that. I'm pretty sure. So.
Okay. All right. So almost. Yeah, you'll get there though. Yeah.
We'll see.
But yeah, that's just crazy. Oh, also 35.
Yo, Nicole, chill. Yo.
Shit.
Oh
no. I'm gonna get fired. No, I'm playing. I'm good. They love me there.
She can't afford to fire you, Alan.
I want to say that on the pod. She gonna make a point.
Oh man, you knocked over the mic and everything.
Oh no, I just pulled my headphones out of my.
That was hilarious, by the way.
Yeah, it was. All right. But yeah. Sorry.
So I think I gotta say, on that note, I'm gonna probably wrap up the recording here.
Oh wait, can we one last thing? I'm sorry. I'm gonna make this a super long episode for you guys because I just had to end on this. NBA All-Star lineup, y'all.
Oh yeah, 100%. I definitely want to talk about this.
Ja
Morant. Yeah, great.
Morant.
Yeah, great. Yo, I just want you to know, Bam, I had him in my starting lineup immediately.
Memphis, Tennessee, born and bred, baby. I'm a Grizzlies grit and grinder. And I am ready for this All-Star fucking weekend, baby.
Yeah, I'm excited. I wonder if there's going to be any weird or new ones. By weird, I mean, we all know the one I'm talking about, Andrew Wiggins. It was so fucking funny. I was reading
Alan's hot about this. He was telling me about this earlier too. He was like, just look at the stats, dude. Line them up. Just look. One of these people doesn't belong here. I was like, yo, chill out, bro. He was snapping. Yo, he was literally carrying them in the beginning of the season.
When? Steph has been healthy all year.
Oh
He's the
my
third
God.
option.
Dude, no, what are you talking
team.
about? Steph came in game 10.
go first 10 games of the season out of 82. Who cares?
They
Halfway
went
through the
8-2.
season now. Who cares? It's halfway through the season now. That doesn't matter.
Oh my
That
god.
doesn't matter.
I kind of
Allen doesn't want to give
Literally
nobody
doesn't
roses, bro.
matter.
Allen's a hater.
No, you want to hear who I
He's an
got?
Andrew
I'll give my
Wiggins
roses
hater,
to
bro.
Is Ja Morant, and I'll give my fucking roses to Jason Tatum. Those are the two people I'll give my roses to. But let me just finish my story real quick.
Yeah.
So I was like, got the list right, and I was like, Andrew Wiggins, let me just take a test real quick. And I walked over to Alexa and I read off all the Western people, right? And I was like, all right, tell me if one of these people sound out of place to you, just to see if an average basketball fan can tell. And I was like, Jokic, Ja Morant, who else? LeBron. Who's the? That's three. Who's the fourth?
Steph.
And I was like, Andrew Wiggins, and she was like, Andrew Wiggins. And thank you, my point exactly. You know, fan voting should not count as 50%. That's all. That's my whole point behind this. Is
Okay,
50% is so much.
Team,
No,
that's
Ja's almost averaging like 30 points per game, shooting on his best splits every season. Ja's an all-star, no matter what. Even if he's gonna be a starter or on the bench, my man's an all-star. Also,
that's my point, though. I feel like without fan voting, he probably would have been on the bench.
But it doesn't matter at the end of the day either. Just being a starter means you get drafted first on live. Either other than that, you just get all-star.
They don't.
You get
they don't
all-star
do,
next to your resume.
They don't do East versus West anymore. So
That's
I don't even
true,
know
that's
why
true.
they keep saying that. But it's
It
like
also-
it's
we're
captains
playing
and then drafting
limitless
based on captains.
Yeah, 100%. And also positionless basketball at this point. Who cares how many positions are in what? on the
Depending what
bench and
size
stuff?
you are, really.
So, okay.
I mean,
you're
Kevin
bringing up a
Durant's
big
7
point.
foot and he plays point guard essentially some days if he needs to. So
That's what I'm saying, because you can't have like Steph at the 5. You know what I mean?
you got
You
Draymond
have
at the
some
4. Why
players.
can't I put
Some
Steph there?
players.
Who are you
Some,
gonna put there?
some players are positionless. You know what I mean?
Very true. But I think Ja deserves it 100%.
I'm happy.
DeMar
I'm
DeRozan.
happy for Ja.
I'm
100%.
really happy for
DeMar
DeMar
DeRozan.
DeRozan too.
100%. Okay, so let's talk about the reserves, because the reserves get announced next Thursday,
Yep.
and there's some talk. So I don't know if you guys know this, but we actually kind of have a leak of who is probably already confirmed. So NBA TV put under the Hornets were playing the other night, and they put under LaMelo's name All-Star appearances ×1.
I mean, it wouldn't surprise me if he's on there.
That's hilarious.
So there's a lot of
Also-
backlash, though, because a lot of people are saying Fred VanVleet or Van Fleet. Did I say that right?
Van Vliet.
Yeah.
Right, Van Fleet.
Yeah.
I do see. That's why I don't think fan voting should matter this much. I can't remember if fan voting matters for bench or not. Though. I
No,
don't
for
think so.
bench, it's strictly chosen
Decided?
by head coaches.
Mm.
So the head coaches pool in who they want to be picked or who they want to be pooled in as reserves.
The subs.
And
Okay,
then the
right.
captains on draft day, which is February 10th, I believe, is draft day, which is also the trade deadline. And so they do the draft. I think it's on TNT.
Who got traded All-Star break? Was that Boogie Cousins?
Could have been.
Did he get
Or
traded
Harrison.
in
I think we might have been I think we talked about this last week. I think it was
thought
Harrison
Boogie-
Barnes.
I thought he got traded from the Kings though, and had an interview in a Kings jersey because it's All-Star Weekend or something. I can't remember. I'll look it up later and bring it up. But
It's either Boogie Cousin or Harrison Barnes. One of them gets moved
no,
around
the
a lot.
in-game one was for sure Harrison Barnes, but
Yeah,
I think he was
that
just
was for
there
sure.
All-Star weekend for something. I can't remember though. But it wouldn't surprise me if LaMelo's on there. But also that's why I think it shouldn't really matter what position people play, is because if you think about it, the guard spot in the East is so dominated. Zach LaVine, you have James Harden, you have Trae Young, you have DeMar DeRozan, you have Jaylen Brown, you have you have Drew Holiday.
Except James Harden moving to the West.
James Harden is in the East on the Nets.
I said he's moving to the West.
No, he's going to Philly.
He's going to Philly for sure.
Which will still be in the East. Which is
They're gonna move. They're gonna move
No, I
Ben
know.
Simmons to the Nets, and then move.
Say he was in Philly just because he's like a Meek Mill fan, whatever. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, no. Basically. So the guard spot, there's just so many good guards in the East right now. It's after you name the top 4 forwards, you can't really name anybody else. So why does it matter if there's more than 5 guards on the bench or not, or whatever? You know what I'm saying? So Red VanVleet probably deserves it, But since Zach LaVine or someone else is going to get that bench spot, like he probably won't make it, which kind
All
of
right.
sucks.
Okay, first off, I don't even know about deserving it because I actually pulled up their stats, and their stats are pretty similar, but I would honestly argue that LaMelo's are a little bit better. So points there, like LaMelo's 19 for the fleet, it's averaging 21.7, so fair. But LaMelo's averaging like on almost like one more assist per game. He's averaging 3 more rebounds per game, and they have very similar field goal percentages and shooting percentages and stealing percentages. Plus, it's an all-star game and LaMelo's flashy. To be honest, like that's part of what the all-star game is about. It's about the flashy plays. That's why Ja is on the team. I feel like he's flashy. It's
Yeah,
part of
I
what
can
we wanna
see. I can understand that last point, but I can see LaMelo being in like the Rising Star Challenge because the Rising Star Challenge
It's
is
his sophomore year, right?
yeah, it is his sophomore year, so he can be
Yeah.
in the Rising Star Challenge, and that's meant for rookies and sophomores to be flashy as well with people who
They
are
were doing a
like
new tournament
around
with
their
that.
age.
I don't know if
Yeah,
anybody
That's
saw
the
it's
that.
it's 4. What is it? A 4x7 basically. So you
Yeah.
get like it's
Ja was in
7
it last year.
teams.
Mhm.
No. Was it last year or
No,
actually?
Ja
I
was
don't
in
remember.
the sophomore games last year.
Yeah.
Oh
But,
yeah.
they're making a new Rising and World, whatever, the Rising Stars game into like a tournament style throughout All Star Weekend now.
Yeah, that's why I'm like having difficulty trying to
I
explain it
can't
because it's
remember.
weird to
exact-
explain.
It literally just got announced. I didn't have time to sit down and read it, but
Yeah, I'm not
yeah,
hit.
it's this new tournament style. They're gonna announce more to it. NBA will make an official announcement soon about it and like give a whole video, I bet. So it'll be really interesting to see that. But yeah, it'll be. I don't know if LaMelo will be in the Rising All Star because he's putting up All Star numbers. So I guess it depends on if the coaches choose him to be in there or not. You know,
And he's fun to watch.
I mean, also like on the West Side, I could see the Warriors having 3 All Stars. You know what I'm saying? With Steph Curry, Andrew Wiggins, and then Draymond coming off the bench. So Draymond, one of the best.
Yeah.
defensive
Okay,
league.
so I have I got it. I got the breakdown right here off of the NBA website.
Okay.
Shout out the NBA.
Shout out.
National Basketball Association.
Yep. So that the 2022 All-Star sponsored by Clorox.
Hey,
will
this
feature
feature
in-
wipes. You need it when COVID. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Hey,
we'll
my
feature
sister's
an
working
updated. What happened?
No, I just said my
You're
sister
just
used to
making
work.
jokes about COVID and disinfectant spray. Keep reading. Keep reading.
All right, I'm gonna keep going. Instead of Team World versus Team
Who knows?
USA and previously rookies versus sophomores, this year's Rising Stars will feature 3 games between 4 teams of rookies, sophomores, and for the first time, players from the NBA G League
And
Ignite.
that's what it is, which is tough.
Oh, word. Okay.
It's going to be on
Deontay
Friday,
Weber?
February 18th at 9 p.m. It is on TNT. Basically, a pool of 28 players, 12 NBA rookies, 12 NBA sophomores, 4 NBA G League Ignite players will be broken down into 4 teams. The pool of NBA players will be chosen by NBA assistant coaches. The pool of Ignite players will be chosen by NBA G League head coaches.
Okay.
Each team will be coached by a member of the NBA 75 team and assistant coaches from the 2022 All-Star Game who will draft their squads on an earlier date prior to the tournament. There will be 1 NBA G League Ignite player on each team. Each game will be played to a final target score, meaning that a game will end with a made basket or a made free throw instead of a clock running out. It will be a race to 75 to celebrate the league's 75th anniversary season. Games 1 and 2 will be played until a team reaches 50 points. Game 3 will be played until a team reaches 25 points.
W. Now they just need to bring back one-on-one tournaments.
Yeah,
1-on-1 or 2v2s in All-Star Weekend would be sick.
But they got to play it on the blacktop.
yeah.
Facts. Let's
Or
bring
we
back,
just
like,
get some solid big 3 games running.
Yeah, can we just get like
NBA
Rashad
All-Star
Wallace
Weekend.
back and like Amari
That's what I'm saying,
Stoudemire?
dude. Real
Hard
big
fouls again.
3, the Ice Cube League, big 3. We got to bring that to the All-Star game.
Yeah, I don't know if you saw it, but ISO Joe, when he after his game with the Celtics, he straight up was like, "Without the big 3, I would not be here because I had nowhere else to showcase my skill at." I was like,
Yeah,
That's
facts.
pretty fair. That's very fair. He's old as
100%.
fuck."
Have you guys, speaking of All-Star Weekend, have you guys been seeing the uniforms for All-Star Weekend?
Mm-mm.
Oh, hell yeah, baby. let me
I want to get one of the All-Star jerseys so bad, but they're always expensive as fuck. They always look so nice though.
Yeah, they are really expensive. Honestly, I could. No, I can't. I can share my screen, but I don't know how this is gonna look for the video.
Oh, the one with all the logos?
Yes.
I like this orange one.
The orange
these-
one is lit. Yeah.
Or the
I
blue
love the
one.
color.
Bro, there's no... I like the OG ones, like back in the 90s. Those shits were tough, man. Those shits were tough.
Though the white one with all the logos kind of looks like Space Jam to me.
And for what I'm gonna do at this section, since nobody can see any of this, I'll clip it in when
Into YouTube.
I do the video version.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'll be pasted in here. Our audio will still be over, so we'll still be talking, but everybody will be able to see all the jerseys.
Yeah.
The Rising Stars uniform, I gotta say, I actually really like. The Rising Stars uniform, I think, is kind of fire.
Mm-hmm. They're pretty tough, honestly.
I like all the different colorways, like 4 different
Yeah.
colorways. That's
Like,
awesome.
Even orange, they're like the yellow orange one. That's just kind
Yeah, and you're talking
Actually,
about the
two of
celebrity
them
game
colors, like,
uniform that's too loud.
Bro, seriously, who the fuck is wearing that?
Old heads.
I hope not, bro.
Old heads are wearing these.
Like, how did that get-
Uncle Drew type dudes?
Yeah, old heads are
Wow.
wearing these. Alan, get
wild.
closer to your mic. Don't make this hard for me, man. Come on, man. Podcast etiquette. What are you doing?
Hey, he's looking good though.
But
That's what he's doing.
just the straight up all-star game uniforms, I gotta say, pretty clean. Very clean. Just the red and white, and then the gray and blue, right? Like a light blue.
Yeah, I was about to say,
That's
out of
blue,
all
that's
those
blue.
though, the light
Yeah.
blue is my least favorite.
Oh, you think the gray and blue is your least favorite?
Yeah, my least favorite. It's not that I don't like it, but it's out of those 4, it's the one I would definitely not choose.
I feel.
Yeah. Okay, I have a weird transition. Like, it's kind of like a basketball into sports transition.
Okay.
So-
But there's this like weird, and I know I said last time, but I promise this is the last one. So
Yeah, what's up?
there's a super like interesting controversy about Tom Brady and whether or not he's actually retired or not.
Yeah.
Because like everywhere you read, it's like, oh, Tom Brady retired, yada yada. But
I don't
then
think he
you get on
has
Twitter,
officially
he
put
did
it
not
out
say
statement
No.
yet.
Yeah,
No.
he said he doesn't even know. That's like that's technically what we've like.
Literally, like Adam Schefter and somebody else reported last night that like he was retired, and ESPN had like a fucking breaking news thing on their Instagram and their Twitter page and everything. And yeah,
That's
I
weird.
literally read the same thing, that Tom Brady, as an official statement, has said that he hasn't even thought about retiring or playing or what. Like,
yeah, he has no idea what's going on.
this season
Oh,
literally
Bam's
just
camera
ended.
froze.
Yeah, my
The most awkward of times.
my fucking shit went to 10% and it's like, oh, no more camera for you.
Makes sense. Oh, let me post my mic again.
It's okay. At least it's just you, just big smile, and you're looking big pretty.
Hey, that's the only way I know how to look.
Yeah, if it stays like this, we can just take a screen cap real quick for the fucking thumbnail. Anyways.
Yeah, we should take advantages.
Yeah, the whole Tom Brady thing is super interesting because there's been a lot of retirements, like Mike Tomlin, Mike Tomlin might retire, but like Sean Payton, Gronk said he might retire, and now Brady too. So it'll be interesting to see if he puts a thing out himself, but also if Brady is retiring, does he even need to put out a statement because he's Tom Brady and everyone else would just tell us that he's retired already? Like, what is now happening kind of thing?
Yeah, but like the misinformation, like they're already telling us he retired and we don't even know. So maybe he does,
True.
just so like he can control his narrative.
Maybe.
There's one cool thing, it's still related. I saw it on Instagram. So it's like life during Tom Brady's rookie year, 22 years ago, which is crazy to think about. But mind you, these are the things that were happening. Grizzlies were still in Vancouver. Kobe and Shaq won their first title. MJ retired and then unretired 1 year after. LeBron was a junior in high school. Zion wasn't even born yet. Dwayne Wade was a college freshman. Allen Iverson made his first All-Star debut. And I don't know. Oh, Charles Barkley played his last season in the NBA.
Why
Holy
is Zion
shit,
not
22
being
years ago.
born?
Even
Why is Zion not being born yet? Even a fucking timestamp. Homie hasn't done anything in the NBA. Who gives a fuck?
To be honest, this on here.
That's one of these things are not like the other. You know what I'm saying? Everything else makes sense. Allen Iverson starting, you know, Shaq, Kobe, woohoo, cool. Zion?
Anyone like John Morant wasn't born yet. Jason Tatum wasn't born.
Someone who has actually played a substantial season in the NBA. Zion's been hurt almost every year. It's insane. But I think after that, after my tangent again, I think it's a good time to end the episode.
Yeah.
So I hope everybody has a good day and a good time listening. Like,
Bamadele,
share.
thank you for joining us, my friend.
Yes, my friend.
Thank you for having
so
me,
much.
my friends.
Definitely will be
Hopefully-
back sometime again.
Yes, this definitely will not be the last time.
Not at
I
all.
would love to.
Word. All right, you guys.
See ya.
See you.